Well, hello, this is Cursive Ken. Um, this is part one of a lot. I was trying to figure out, well, what topic do I know a lot about that generally helps the community? And I'm thinking of the world community. And I was like, hey, the English language. It's a popular language. And I know it well enough to break words down, how to form your mouth, um, the slang terminology. And so, you know, this is like a demo, right? I'm just going to build off of this and see how I can change it every now and then. I don't even know if the gain on the microphone is right. We'll see. So, how I wanted to start this out, because I was like, okay, how am I going to choose words? Am I just going to go alphabetically through every English word? No, because it's not useful. There are a lot of words that people just don't use. And let me say this. You'll notice sometimes, just from my upbringing in learning the language and how I use it, I use the language how I want, right? So as you see, I enunciated uh, the word want. Some people, I'll say this also. English is a lazy language because even the word want, W-A-N-T, a lot of times people will just say want. I want. It's like like the T is silent. I want instead of saying I want. Right? And that's the difference of enunciating or not. What is the official definition? Enunciating means to say or pronounce something clearly. There was a doctor, yeah, Dr. Pouncil. Um, what was he at that time? Maybe the Dean of Student Services or something at the community college. He was like a master enunciator. He enunciates everything, and he enunciates everything so quickly that he would even apologize if he were to misenunciate something or if he were to be lazy with the language. Yeah, I just found that impressive and kind of fascinating at the same time. But enunciating, what does that look like? This was actually going to be an I code switch. I don't know if I should share what code switching is, but it's basically proper English is, certain words are used in proper English. These are all the words that you'll find in the dictionary, right? It's easy to look up online. You find a clear definition. But there is also a thing called Urban Dictionary, which are a whole bunch of terms that they may not be in the English dictionary, but they have meaning in a lot of places. And remember, all the words that exist right now is just either they have a root from like Latin, French, or another early language, or people made up words and it kept having meaning so much to the point that it was widely used and accepted, and then bam, somebody like Webster would put it in the dictionary and say, all right, it's officially a word. It's officially a word. Sometimes I say a, sometimes I say but I'm still thinking of an item. Oh my. That gives me an idea of one to go to. So, I want to do word pairs. That took forever to say this is about word pairs, but maybe this is just a video for me to figure out what I'm doing and how to get this blue screen out of my glasses. Anywho, word pairs. What kind of word pairs do I have a list of word pairs? Let's do like 10 word pairs. So that's going to be 20 words. That's a lot in one sitting, or sitting in one sitting. Anyhow, I'm also on, randomly also, just to add, I used to work with students that have disabilities, right? And there was this one student, I'm not going to say his name, but he very much knew a lot of the original meanings of sayings. Like, so in English, somebody might say, "Ooh, it's raining cats and dogs," and so this student's like, "Oh, well, in I don't know, like 1756 in England, there, the roofs were made out of hay, and so there wasn't infrastructure for the gutters for water to be washed away. So when it rained a lot, it would like soak the roofs, and then it would wash the hay off of the roof, washing away, so the cats and dogs didn't have anything to stand on, and so there would be so much rain that the dogs and cats couldn't even stand up, and they couldn't swim forever, so they'd drown. So the phrase "raining cats and dogs" is like, it goes back to there, like, and I am from California, so I may say "like" a lot. The way I pronounce words is, it's United States English for one, and it's California, or West Coast. If you go to New York, the word's going to sound a little different. If you go to Texas, they're going to sound a little different. If you go to the UK, they're going to sound a little different. If you go to Australia, it's going to sound a little different. If you go anywhere, English is going to sound a little different. But with 7 minutes in, let's get into a couple words that go together. So, do I want to do Adam and Eve? Adam and Eve are names of, yeah, we're going to skip Adam and Eve just so we can reach everyone. No, we can't skip Adam and Eve. Okay, so Adam and Eve, for those that already know, it's in the Bible, it's written that there was the first man and the first woman. Adam is the first man. Eve is the first woman. We're not going to get into the whole story. What happened? What's the symbology or symbolism? Are both of those words? I hope so. But let's get into one that you'll use very often. Okay. Back. This thing. And back and forth. And so when somebody says back and forth, they're not talking about this. If somebody is going to two different places, like, man, I've had to go to the store, and let's say I went to the store to get 20 items. I forgot 10 of them the first time. Then I came back home, and then here, hold on, I'm gonna get my broom out of the camera shot of the corner. And so I go to the store, and I'm like, oh, and I come back, oh, I forgot the corn and the salsa and the chips and the water. Yeah, I forgot all those things. And I gotta go back. And then I get those items and I return home. Oh my gosh, I left the olives or something. And I gotta go, and I'm going that's going back and forth. Okay? Back, back, back. Yes. This is my back. I'm going back. I'm going forth. Going in between things. Even in a conversation, somebody might say, oh, they were, two people were arguing, or let's say debating. Argumentation and debate. There was a debate, and they were going back and forth with their reasoning of why you should not watch television while you're in the bathtub or something. Okay? Back and forth conversation. Physically going back and forth to a location. What else? Back. I think that's about it. The physical part would be used for a lot of things. Let's say you're on a swing, somebody's writing a book, and said they're explaining the person going back and forth with their swing. Depends on how you want to use it. It's good to know. I mean, it's not going to make or break a visit or a conversation if you're having it. So back. Let's see. Let's talk about pronouncing the word back. That's straightforward. Back. Forth. I just looked up back definition. The rear surface of the human body, from the shoulders to the hips. Yeah, the rear surface. That's as a noun. The side or part of something that is away from the spectator. Yeah, because you can say the back of a car. The back of a car. In the back of the building. Hey, bring my money back. Hey, bring my car back. Bring yourself back. Yeah, so the noun as an adverb toward the rear. Yeah, that would be in the back. Or you can just say, hey, just give me some space. Move back a little bit. Right, so it could be directional. Oh my goodness, I didn't even think of the financial piece. Yeah, I guess as a verb you can say, this is just why English language, why would you have to do this? A financial institution could give you some sort of, let's say they're investing in you, or a business loan, or you're opening a business and some investors come in and say, okay, we're going to give you financial backing, or we're going to back you for this endeavor. That's a thing. I think that's that for back. Jeez, I don't think of. I'm not gonna say, we're not gonna. I can't add slang for every word because, yeah, I might as well. No, no, you gotta know, because you're trying, a nice bag. No, we're not going that route. Okay, so fourth. Let's see. Now, FORTH. Fourth definition. Out from a starting point and forward or into view. Come forth. If somebody's standing let's say 10 people are waiting for I don't know, they're waiting to get called up to something. And then you say, Johnny, come forth. Or come here, like it's time to step forward. And that's F-O-R-T-H. The reason I said that is because 1, 2, 3, 4 is the first, second, third, fourth. Right? That's F-O-U-R-T-H. Yeah. And somebody could say, hey, that's just so you know. Somebody could say, hey, from this day forth, you better not walk in my house with them shoes on. You take them shoes off at the door, okay? Or take those shoes off at the door. Okay. Okay. What am I doing? I'm definitely posting this too. We'll see if I can get some typing in here so we can kind of have some support for this. Forth. Yeah. Back, forth. Onward, moving forward. From now, yeah. Let's do one more since I see I'm at 16 minutes. Nobody's about to stick through here for no 16 minutes. I think I'm gonna make I'm gonna make this my first video, but I'm going to make a back and forth video that's more succinct, okay? That's more direct, that's more clear, that's shorter, doesn't last this long, okay? Yeah. Tell me some words in the comment area about words that you would want a breakdown on. Okie dokie. So, you know what? I think I'm gonna let that be that. Back and forth. Even in relationships, people say, I don't want to go back. I don't want to keep going back and forth. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm doing too much now. And yeah, I'm just gonna end it there. Well, I'm gonna cut that out and just say, alright, and that's a word pair from Cursive Ken. Maybe I should explain what cursive is. As you see it, you can probably see it if you're writing in a word processor. You can use a script that has cursive. It's when the letters all flow together and they're not separated. It's like, maybe I can get it on the screen, I don't know, but the letters flow and it keeps going. Like if we're spelling back, it goes B, and then it flows right into the A, C, K, and I just wrote back in cursive. Nobody uses cursive anymore. Somebody was writing a letter of recommendation for one of my students, and they wrote it in cursive. I was like, come on, the student can't even read this. It's like they're just guessing what it says. I had trouble reading it, and I can read cursive. Anyway, Cursive Ken. More words to come.